my heart beats between the white lines. That's where I feel the most alive. And so this is the closest I can be to the white lines. It may have been a long time since I won my last national championship, but I will say that rush of emotion before a game starts, because as soon as they say that countdown, 3, 2, 1, and you're live, you can't screw up. It's game time.
I am so excited to be joined by Jenny Dalton-Hill today. Oftentimes when athletes are done playing, they decide to move away from sports and do other things professionally. You, however, have decided to stay in it. And my goal is to get your why of why that is.
So I taught school in Arizona for 2 years, taught 5th grade and loved it. And then we moved, my husband and I, to Kentucky, and I coached at the University of Kentucky for a couple of seasons. But back then, the salaries for coaches was really low. So I actually left the world of softball again from the coaching side for 13 years. And one day I was talking to an old teammate and she said, "You should try out for the USA Women's National Baseball team." I'm like, "I have 3 kids. I haven't played in over a decade. You've got to be crazy." She said, "No, give it a try." So I tried out and actually made the team. And that put in motion a whole chain of events that led to me now being able to call games with ESPN. And that one, yes, has led now to what has become this amazing career, being able to follow the game and the amazing athletes like you, and sit at the College World Series and relive all of those moments.
So yesterday I saw that you had tweeted that 32 years ago, you flew from California to Michigan, was it? To play in the Little League Softball World Series. And now you're in North Carolina to call the Little League Softball World Series for ESPN. That's incredible. What a full circle moment.
For me, it puts me right back in my 15-year-old self of the nerves and the anxiety. And it was the first time that I felt like I was playing for something much bigger than myself. It's crazy because I hit the first out of the park home run in Little League World Series back in 1989.
Wow.
So Little League is where I learned the game. Little League is where I figured out, how to play the game, what the rules were, how to be aggressive. And when it comes down to it, I was blessed because there were some really amazing athletes in that Little League.
How do you see sports in the game differently now that you're on a different side of the camera than you used to be?
I think before, when you're playing the game, and you'll probably think this too, you care who's on the other side of the field, but you worry about the preparation of yourself more than you worry about the team that you're playing. You want to make sure you're the most prepared. So you do scout, you do look to see, what kind of pitches you're going to need to hit or what kind of defenses you need to play. But when it comes to being an analyst, now I have to look into the why of everything. Why did they shift? Why did they throw that pitch? Why are they moving like that? Why would the coach do that in a situation? So as a player, it was more about reacting and being athletic and not really thinking. Coach Candrea would call it being unconscious and competent. So not thinking, just playing. Now as an analyst, I have to see the game through a totally different lens and look at the why and the how and the where and be able to verbalize it rather than just react to the moment.
Kind of going off that, what intangibles did being an athlete in general and playing sports give you that you took into that next phase of life, into your professional life?
So being in sport, especially softball and baseball, teaches you how to be a team player. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a need that they need to fill. And so when you play on a team, I was the number 3 hitter in the lineup, and I was the one that was a power hitter needing to get on base and move those runners around. So in the business world, I was a teacher. I had to figure out what my role was with each of these students and how I could help each of them navigate the different challenges that they had. And I think on a team, you do the same thing. You have a skill and you have a talent, but then when you play a sport, you've got to figure out how to maximize your skill while utilizing your weaknesses by encouraging someone else to use their strengths.
So how has being in the direct shoes of athletes that you cover help you tell their stories?
I think one of the things that is the most important for me when I'm calling a game is that I never want to pick apart a player because I've been in their shoes. When an error happens, that's not the intention. when a strikeout happens, that's not what they meant to do. And so making sure that I see it through their eyes when I talk about it is a really important piece of the story for me.
I already miss the rush I feel between the white lines, and it's only been 2 months. So I think it's great that you found a way in sports to continue to have that.
Usually the camera's facing the other way, so it's fun to be on camera and be able to tell our own story.